Hi everyone, in this video we're going to look at how do you actually start your CAS portfolio. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to these instructions above and we're going to follow them. So the first thing we're going to do is copy and paste a CAS experience example from this document. So let's open the CAS portfolio examples. There are lots of examples on this document. Feel free to pick one that best fits what you're kind of thinking. So I'm doing a biking CAS, which is an activity. So I'm going to copy that template into my own CAS portfolio, which starts on page 2. We always put the most recent CAS experience first. So now I have a CAS experience template. It also has some room for reflection and evidence. But I'm going to fill out my CAS experience. So maybe I'm a grade 10. I would change the grade. Then I'm going to say that this is going to be my biking CAS. I'm going to do this only in November 2020. And is it creativity, activity, or service? So now I have copied and pasted CAS experience and I have followed the correct naming norms. I'm going to put in the supervisor, name, and contact, and then I'm going to fill out the details of my CAS experience. So supervisor's name, that can be your caretaker if it's more of a like something you're doing independently, or like a coach if you're involved in an activity or club, or a workplace, and this can be either an email or a phone number. Then we're going to put the experience description. Who is doing it? Is it something you're doing independently, or are you doing it with other people? What exactly are you doing? So for instance, for biking CAS, I would talk about the location I'm going to, the bike I'm riding, and the distance I'm going, whether it's going to be a familiar activity or something that's a new activity for me. So that's the what, getting really detailed into the grittiness of what are you actually doing. Frequency, am I doing my biking CAS one time per week for about 30 minutes? Is it 2 times per week for a longer period of time? So how many times per week and for how long? What is the location of the CAS experience and why is it important? If you need some inspiration of why that CAS is important to you, maybe it's because it helps your wellness, maybe it's because it's challenging you on new skills. But if you need inspiration, go ahead and look at some of the examples of why they said it was important to them. That can help get your mind going. So we have now completed our CAS experience. We have put in our proposal. This is what we're going to do. Later on, about 1 time per month, especially before a CAS check, you're going to go into your portfolio and make sure you're reflecting on those CAS experiences that you're involved in. So in order to get started, go ahead and open those reflection questions. You don't have to answer all of them, but these are questions to consider as prompts as you write your CAS experience or CAS reflection. If you're kind of in the middle part of that CAS experience, try to be prompted by those 5 questions. And if you've completed your CAS experience, there's 7 questions here that hopefully will inspire a good reflection. Reflection should be a longer paragraph. So here's an example below of a beginning mid-experience example, someone who is volunteering at a preschool. And here's an example of an end experience, and that was someone who had completed a season of symphony orchestra. So again, you should be reflecting 1 to 2 times per month until the end of the experience. So we've looked at how to do a CAS experience. We've looked at the reflections and questions to consider. Last but not least, make sure that you provide evidence for your longer CAS experience and creative-based experiences. So that might be at a job, maybe you get a supervisor review, or the easiest path is either photo or video. We've got some fantastic videos of especially active activity CASs, mementos, etc. And you have then completed all of the CAS requirements. Just keep building that portfolio throughout the year, beating those CAS checks, and ensuring that your frequency, when we look at your CAS portfolio, you should always be doing about 3 to 4 hours per week, balancing creative CAS, active CAS, and service CAS experiences throughout your time.